ladies. Those of you watching, welcome to your future. I'm Sean Roach, Sean with a W. Well, I'm a catch, I'm 6'3.5", and I've been underweight my whole life. So if things come up in a relationship, this was romantic, this was not romantic. I operate from a place of trying to be very romantic, so that's not going to ever be my fault. If you want to break down a movie afterwards, I'm not very interested in that. So I would say that's I defer to you. My worst qualities. That's tough. I don't like to be told what to do. Somebody tries to direct me into a parking space. That's not going to go well. Well, I own a specialty pet store, mainly terrarium animals, reptiles, of course, and some spiders. The ideal first date for a lady, good news, I'm not just taking you out for spaghetti and wine. I'm going to invite you to my pet store. The moment you walk in the door, you know you're riding on a 20% discount, and you might end up with a new pet and a boyfriend. I'm pretty open on the qualities of a woman I'm looking for, as long as you have olive skin and plenty of curves, soft voice. I don't like loud noises. Painted nails are fine, just not red. I'm in this for the long haul. I would hope my next relationship is forever, but I'm also fine with 10 years. And I dare you to date me 10 years and try to turn loose of this.
That was Sean with a W, welcoming you into a Thunderdome Thursday edition of the B team. The guy, he owns a small pet store, small animal.
6'3.5", been underweight my entire life.
That is VHS Dates. It's a great follow on social media. We will be bringing you one of those each and every Thursday to start our show. Thank you to our producer, Cade Bickham, for getting that logged, and how we're going to open the show every Thursday from now on with those VHS dates. That was Sean with a W, as we said, welcoming you into a Thursday edition of the B Team, sponsored by Brazos Valley Animal Hospital. If you have a small pet store where you mainly have reptiles, I'm sure that you could take them, if they got sick, to Southwood Valley Animal Hospital. They aim to provide superior veterinary care at affordable prices and try their best to design treatment plans with an owner's budget in mind. Go see them. Dr. Justin, class of 2015 and 2018, and wife, Dr. Lauren, class of 2014 and 2018. They're a veterinary team that can take care of you and your pet like they are family. He's Richard Zane. I'm Ryan Brauninger. Thank you for tuning in to a Thunderdome Thursday edition of the B Team. We, as always, have a bit for you. Today's bit, if you can't tell, to my left, to Richard's right, we have 8 bags of chips. We are become a power rating show. So we are going to power rate potato chips. At some point throughout the show, we will begin. I think we probably should have opened these to start.
No, we got to go one by one. That way we can wrap them up and move them down to the other chair.
So we're going to power rate them. This is not going to be a March Madness style bracket. That caused way too big a fuss on the Little Debbie episode. Too many people did not like the seating that their favorite Little Debbie snack cake was awarded ahead of time, and then thus they got bad matchups when they got into the bracket. You know, it was the classic 5-12.
But here's the deal, guys.
And the 12 seed is McNeese, and the 5 seed is Clemson.
But with the Little Debbie bracket, I think the rightful champion ended up winning.
Zebra cakes, but we're going to re-rack that.
Was it zebra cakes, or did the oatmeal cream pie end up winning?
Zebra cakes beat oatmeal cream pie.
But those two are the two rightful in the championship. And they treated us to an all-time championship game.
Well, we're going to have to re-rack that because so many people they threw their arms up and said, what? No Star Crunch? No Star Crunch? How can this be a bracket? There's no Star Crunch. That's how they sounded. I could hear them.
I also would have preferred Star Crunch, but I wasn't going to complain. Good, wasn't my money, and I still had a lot of fun and had too much sugar that day.
Well, I'm sure somebody's going to complain that we're eating potato chips. Boy, y'all really breaking the budget on the show. Yeah, we don't have a budget.
We're trying to save money, guys.
Look, you want us
to travel this week.
I would love to sit in here. I would love to sit in here and try the best cuts of steak on Thunderdome Thursday. We ain't got that kind of budget. If you want to help us get there, drop us a super chat or click the thumbs up button. We're going to take from Cade Bickham's Glasses account and we're going to add it to our Thunderdome Thursday account. We're going to rob the poor to give to the rich. It's exactly how the world works. Yeah, but if you're tired of us eating cheap stuff, help us out here.
He's
click the thumbs up. Give us a super chat. I don't want to be eating potato chips for. I know that's not super entertaining, and you got to hear it in your ear. I don't want to be doing this, but this is what we've got. This is the budget we've got, and this is the limited creativity of my brain. This is what we got.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got an email that a package is on its way.
This show, man. This show stinks.
Sorry.
This show stinks. All right, we got to talk. We're starting with this because
Can we talk about the VHS things real quick? The guy's got a terrarium thing. He's going to take you out for spaghetti and wine, and then he's going to take you to.
No, he's not going to take you for spaghetti and wine.
He's going to also take you to his pet store, and you're going to leave with a new pet. I thought he was going to say, and a python instead of and a boyfriend,
or even an anaconda.
Ooh.
Yeah, Olin Buchanan.
Would have left some innuendo in there. He did say that his next love was going to be forever or 10 years.
He's fine with 10 years.
Fine with 10 years.
Why 10, dude?
Sean with a W.
Sean is a W.
I'm looking forward to one of those. I mean, the number one leader in the clubhouse is Ronnie. I don't know where we're going to get Ronnie.
We're going to Mazatlan.
Apparently, Ronnie's bit is like 4 minutes, and it's been cut up all a bunch of different ways. And so, like, we haven't even seen the full VHS audition, dating audition tape for Ronnie.
What happened to Ronnie?
We Googled this before.
Yeah, but I forgot VHS.
I forgot too.
Ronnie, actress playing. So this is all fake?
No.
Guys, is this fake?
No. AI's lying to you. Don't ruin this. This is like Santa Claus. Whatever you're about to say.
IMDb says Ronnie VHS tapes, the actor's name is Maddie Ballard. Are VHS tapes fake? Brauny.
Why would you? So you did this though. You've ruined our Santa Claus. You ruined Santa Claus for all the B team members is what you just did. I hope you feel good about it.
I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken with each of you. What?
We're just quit Googling. This is how you when they say don't Google your symptoms because it's going to make you think that you've got every disease known to man.
Ronnie's fake.
Not fake. She's not fake.
I choose that Ronnie's real.
I think AI lies to us.
That
GPT.
wasn't AI. That was IMDb. Like IMDb gave you her name, the actress's name.
With a photo?
Yes. Now Jenna's taking. She says, I didn't want to ruin that for you, but dude, it was obvious.
Do I smoke?
I'm
a chain smoker.
Am I the idiot that didn't realize that was obvious?
Come on, man. Why do you have to Google stuff? That again, it's Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, the leprechaun at the end of the rainbow, and Santa Claus. Richard just killed all of them with one Google search.
I'll have you know that I never once ruined Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny for any of my Gentile friends. I promise you I did not. Because my mom...
Who's the Jewish Santa Claus?
Hanukkah Harry. My mom, the convert, threatened to paint our back porch red if we did that each Christmas.
Is that a...
Just like beat our you-know-whats with a belt.
Oh.
Kind of like...
Paint your... Not your literal back door red. Whip your hind end.
Yeah, whip your hind
end.
end.
Hey, what was the name of Dwight Schrute? Belschnickel.
Yeah, the Belschnickel.
Belschnickel.
Impish.
Were you an impish boy? Well, all right, look, we got to get to the programming or the content that we had planned for today. This has been on the rundown for 2 days, and we got to get to it today. And Richard forced my hand by putting it into the show summary on the YouTube link. This is a conversation that began upstairs at TexAgs with basically me and Richard. Olin was milling around, as always, put his hands on his hips. He would scratch his head, kind of walks in these semicircles and turns at a weird time and acts like he's going back to his office to work. And then he'll stop when he gets to the the table in the kitchenette upstairs, and he'll grab a couple of snacks, whatever's on the table. Like, this morning, this is what he did. Why do they do this to me? Why do they do this to me, Ryan? Like, I don't know. They know I'm going to eat it, so they put it right there. I'm just going to walk by and I'm going to eat it. So he opens this bag of, I think they were like salted caramel nuts, and he grabs a handful of them, eats them, and he's pondering whether he thinks he likes them or not. Then he pours another handful, eats them. Oh, I could do without these, and throws them the rest of them away. So anyway.
It also didn't help that Buc-ee's catered lunch today, and which it was fine, by the way, or it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I love having the lunch. They cater the food for us on Thursdays.
Bananas Foster bread pudding.
Oh, dude, it was really good.
Rich.
It was real good. The problem with Buppies is that it gives Olin another person to meander with, which means he's not doing his work.
He's gotten it down to a science.
Did you see the photo I sent you and Billy?
Oh yeah.
He's leaving. He walks out and he told me, he's like, I'm gonna have my call him to you by 1:00. And he walked out of his office. It was like 12:55 p.m. And I go, Olin. He goes, yeah. He goes, are you done? He goes, well, I still have to write another key matchup, but I'm pretty much done for the day. I go, well, have you finished SEC Roundup? He goes, yeah, I sent it to you. I said, I don't have it. He goes, so he pulled his computer out. He's got his towel from the gym tucked into his collar. He's trying to figure it out.
That's neck rolling.
He goes, connection disconnected. It didn't send. So we went back and forth, and he goes, well, since I'm here, do you want to figure out how to get the parking pass for the basketball game tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, Olin. So he's trying to transfer me a parking pass, and he goes, transfer? Do I have to put in my information or your information? I'm like, Olin, it's the person you're transferring it to. Do not put in Olin Buchanan and your phone number. It's not going to work.
Well, he did a great job of meandering, and he was around this conversation that we are going to start once we open our first bag of chips to power rate. So remember, Richard and Cade, we are going to power rate these. We're not going to talk about our power rating. We will get them down to a final 2. So you need to open a document or write down on a sheet of paper what you think of these. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best score, we are going to rate all of these chips. The first one is Ruffles. I love Ruffles. I think that's the best texture of chip.
Ruffles have ridges.
Ruffles Jalapeno Ranch. Somebody on Twitter said this should be the winner, and we will lose all credibility if it is not. As a reminder,
I'm just gonna come in there and grab a couple like each round.
Okay. As a reminder, we power rate all 8. The final 2 or the top 2 scores from those 8 then go into a head-to-head face-off. It's tough because we don't have like a baseline. Maybe we should have just got some regular Ruffles. Whoa. What did you say? Nick Savage here on the B team is coming in here saying this is a dirty word. Well, I thought you said mukbang. That's not the kind of bang I thought you said. Wow.
He's talking about
I'm not talking about the interview.
Oh.
It's kind of subtle. That's subtle. The ranch and the jalapeno are subtle. That's all I'll say about that. We should do half points. We should do half points.
I thought you wanted it full, though.
I think we should, I don't know. If you go half points, that gives you what? 19 different scores?
It's going to make the math a little bit harder later.
Is it?
I'm just saying, like.
Okay, we have calculators, dude.
I'm aware that we have calculators.
You're adding a half a point. That sounds like, and I'm not going to throw the name of this school under the bus, but there is a local school that in their weight room, they start with 2.5s on each side of the bar so they can start with a round number. Because the bar weighs 45 pounds.
Okay.
So they want to put it on a 0. You add a 2.5 on each side so they start with 50 instead of starting with 45. That's what Cade Bickham just did. He added 2.5-pound plates to each side of the bar so that he could start with a round number.
Did he put any other plates on?
I don't know. It depends on what he's doing. If he's squatting, he might have put another 2.5 on. All right. So we've been beating around the bush here. How would you go about determining who should be on the Mount Rushmore of sports in the state of Texas? And I don't know how we stumbled upon this conversation earlier this week in the office, but it feels like to me you could never get that much of a consensus outside of one human in history, that being Nolan Ryan. I think there would be a...
He 100% has to be on there.
Yes, a vast amount of majority of Texans that are into sports would have Nolan Ryan on their Texas sports Mount Rushmore. I think that's agreeable, don't you?
Yeah, I agree completely. And when we sat down or we introduced this topic last week in the office, I wanted to try my hardest to play devil's advocate and be like, well, on Nolan Ryan.
You can't. That's the only one you can't.
Whatever angle I looked at, there's no way you could possibly formulate a valid Texas sports Mount Rushmore without the Ryan Express on it.
From Alvin, pitched for the Astros, pitched for the Rangers.
Coached at TCU.
Has
a minor league franchise in the state, has had ties with both major league organizations in the state long after his playing career.
And also does quintessential Texan things outside of sports. Beef, sausage, has his own cattle ranch. Like Nolan Ryan is a quintessential Texan, even if the sports were off the table. But because he is perhaps the greatest right-handed pitcher of all time, and he played for the Astros, and he played for the Rangers, and he's from Alvin, I think he is the only surefire yes within this debate and discussion. So there's one face that's on the Texas sports Mount Rushmore.
Have you guys thought of your other three? Because I've thought of my other three.
Right, but so I've thought of my other three too, but here's all I'm going to say, and here's how we're going to debate, and we're going to talk about it. But there's not another person you're going to say that's not going to get major pushback.
Not even if I said Emmitt Smith?
Not even if you said Emmitt Smith.
Here's a name I'll throw out there that I don't think would get nearly the amount of pushback as Emmitt Smith, and it's not going to be real popular with Texas A&M fans, but Earl Campbell. The Tyler Rose won a Heisman Trophy at the University of Texas, played for the Houston Oilers, and now he is the namesake. He's a professional football Hall of Famer, he's a college football Hall of Famer, and now he's the namesake of the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award, which annually goes to the best college football player with Texas ties.
I think that's
probably my next most unanimous name that's probably on.
That's fair.
And here's the other thing. When the Rangers, what they used to do, like the mascot race, the sausage race, whatever they do up in Milwaukee, whatever they do in Washington, the presidents, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm talking about? The Rangers
Did you just speak Yiddish to me?
Yada, yada, yada. No, I didn't just speak Yiddish to me. There's a lot more phlegm in Yiddish. Okay. And... Well, anyways, it's in Arlington, right? The Rangers play in Arlington. The Astro fans like to belittle them. They call them Arlington. They don't call them Texas, whatever. They have mascots for Nolan Ryan, Davy Crockett, Sam Houston, and Earl Campbell up in DFW.
Okay, yeah, I think Earl Campbell is probably the most unanimous, and even a lot of Aggies could look at that and say, okay, yeah, I get it. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
The problem is, and are there others outside of that you're not going to completely desensitize an entire section of the state on?
No, I don't think so. A better question would be, is there any individual in a singular sport that doesn't cause debate? And the only answer I could come up with is hockey, because Houston doesn't have a team.
Yeah, but not enough Texans care about hockey.
I agree.
You're not going to have Mike Modano's not going to have the same impact.
And he's the only one that I could see having any amount of argument to be on a Texas sports Mount Rushmore.
Cade?
He's the greatest American goal scorer of all time. He played most of his career in DFW.
Cade, did you have another couple names?
Yeah, I did. My next name, I think that this one is, I mean, it's going to sound biased as a Houston sports fan, but Hakeem Olajuwon. I feel two NBA championships. Yeah. Andy went to U of H. Andy continues to mentor a lot of the guys who have played for the Rockets.
Alperen Sengun.
Yes, Sengun. I think before that,
Sengoat.
Yeah, Sengoat.
How'd the Rockets do last night?
They won by 10 in Cleveland.
Attaboy.
Sengun had 28, 11, and 7.
They're pretty good.
They are pretty good.
They look really good this year.
I don't know if they'll beat OKC, but they're pretty good.
No, that team is so good.
All right, so Hakeem was on my list too. For all the things that you said, you're still going to have a lot of people in DFW that are going to go, why Hakeem and not Dirk?
Well,
Was Dirk's from Germany?
Dirk is from Germany, played his entire career in Dallas. I get that, but let's not forget there's another NBA organization in the state that's
Timothy
had
Duncan.
just as much success recently.
That's what my deal is like, could you make everybody happy with the other 3 spots outside of Nolan Ryan? Although I would say that Earl Campbell, that's about as good as you can get for like cementing a second place and appealing to a lot of the state. But how do you, like, you're going to get some diehard San Antonio Spurs fans. They're going to be like, well, Tim Duncan, if you're going to put
Tim Duncan would be my 4th name.
What about David Robinson?
Tim Duncan won 5
The
rings.
Admiral.
Yeah, Tim Duncan won 5 rings.
And he had like 3 MVPs.
What about
Tim Duncan was that
how about
guy.
this one?
Here,
Braun?
I have one.
Do you have one?
I have a good one.
Go for it.
Now, hang with me here because you're talking about
I think I know where you're going.
appealing to multiple metroplexes in the state of Texas. Lance Berkman.
Oh, I wouldn't have gone with Lance Berkman.
Interesting.
No, I don't think Lance Berkman's on my Mount Rushmore. The name I was going
From
to throw
Texas,
out there.
played at Rice, played for the Astros, played for the Rangers.
Yeah, well, how about if you're looking for guys who played for both organizations, Pudge Rodriguez.
I would lean Berkman because he's from the state.
Here's the name I thought you were going to go with because I think you were going for off the wall kind of guys. Clint Dempsey from Nacogdoches, Texas.
That's a good pull
Deuce.
too.
That's my favorite
Represented
athlete
the
of all
United
time.
States, hailed from this state. Maybe one of the greatest American-born soccer players ever.
He is the greatest
I
American.
mean, yeah, him and Landon Donovan right now are the 2 best of all time.
Probably Tim Howard, actually.
Tim Howard, Christian Pulisic, they're all like Michael Bradley.
Those 4.
Yeah, we
Those
don't have
4
a
would
clear
be
one,
the.
though.
Right, but he's tied with Landon Donovan for most goals for the national team. He scored more goals than any American in the English Premier League.
The problem I think it's going to hold.
It's soccer.
Yeah, it's soccer, and it's not. It's soccer.
Soccer, Greg.
Soccer. Early James Franco. Dave Franco. Early Dave Franco.
I like Clint Dempsey. I don't know that everybody else would get on board, but he would appeal to the entire state because he's not really regionally based. He's from Texas and he played for the United States. He never played for any team in the state because, he was quite frankly, he was too good to play for the Dynamo or FC Dallas.
He did play for the Sounders in the late stages of his
Right.
career, if I'm remembering that
Sounders or was
correctly.
it Portland?
He played for
It
the
was
Sounders.
the Sounders.
They're the same to
Because
me.
they paid him the most money.
Yeah.
That's how MLS was going when they were trying to get and they're still doing that. MLS is trying to buy players in the twilights of their career. You're seeing it a lot at like FC Miami.
They're growing.
Messi.
They're growing the league by doing that, though.
Son
so
Heung-min,
props to 'em.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic, David Beckham started it.
Yep.
So
Do you
I like
remember
I like Dempsey there, but the Astros fans, to me, if I get to pick one Astro that I would nominate for this, well, here's another. By the way, we've forgotten a name, and it's going to be a little polarizing, but Roger Clemens deserves to be in the discussion.
That's one of the names I was kicking around when trying to make the argument for against Nolan Ryan. Right, I told you I came up empty-handed, right? Because there's no way you can deny Nolan Ryan a spot on this Mount Rushmore. Roger Clemens has more Cy Youngs than any player in baseball. He pitched for the Astros for a while. He pitched at the University of Texas. He's not a native Texan, but he's been in the state for a very, very long time to where it's essentially home at this point.
Well, yeah, all of his kids grew up here.
Yeah.
And they all played at Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nolan Ryan, very polarizing figure, but he would be amongst the next group to be in that discussion. Jose Altuve would be my nomination for the Astros. I think he's the greatest Astro of all time. Who would be the greatest Texas Ranger of all time?
Greatest Texas Ranger of all time?
I mean, it's Alex Rodriguez is the greatest player that's ever played.
Yeah, but I don't consider him a Texas Ranger.
Right.
The next Hall of Famer from the Texas Rangers is going to be Adrian Beltre. And
But
most of his career was in Texas. The best years were in Texas, but he also bounced around.
Man, the more we talk about this, the more
Rangers don't have a clear greatest player in franchise history.
Pudge.
Yeah, Pudge. But even then, he did all of his winning outside of Texas.
Yeah, with the Marlins.
The Marlins. He was on some really good Tiger teams too.
That was late. Yep.
It's
I think
tough.
the more I
Pudge
talk
is probably
about this,
the best Ranger of all time.
the more I talk about this,
Or Juan Gonzalez.
the more I start to like my Lance Berkman. Lance Berkman it's pretty remarkable career for a switch hitter.
Do we have to stick with players?
Do we have 3 solidified though?
No,
we have,
I think you have
we have
1 in 3/4 probably.
Really, I feel like Hakeem should be a lock, and
you're going to get so many people from Dallas that are going to push back on Hakeem. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to do this because the big metroplexes are so spread out and they're so loyal to their people. There's going to be everybody in San Antonio would be banging the drum for Tim Duncan here.
I would still would have Tim Duncan, but yes, I understand.
Do you think Billy forgets that you're even on this show?
He doesn't even know the show exists.
No, he does not. He's been on it twice, but he does not even know that we are taping right now. We thank you guys for tuning in.
Somebody in the chat said Simone Biles. That's a really good shout, actually.
Babe Zaharias. Do you know who Babe Zaharias is?
I do not. You're gonna have to educate me
Babe
on
Zaharias was an incredible female athlete from Beaumont. She was an Olympic sprinter. I believe she competed in the LPGA. She was pretty remarkable, and she sprinted and did the field events in the Olympics. And she's from Beaumont.
That is very impressive.
But I wouldn't. George Foreman.
Good call.
Is this as the boxer or as the chef that hustled all those grills out there? By the way, I heard a story that George Foreman was not supposed to be the original promoter of those grills. You know who it was supposed to be?
Who was it supposed to be?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, really?
Think how much money George Foreman made on those things.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, rest in peace. I think George Foreman's a pretty good call, man. He's not going to be a turnoff for anybody in the state, like any specific metro area. I think a lot of folks would agree. Let's see. I don't even know. Let's see. Let's look up George Foreman's, where he's from and his upbringing. R.I.P. George Foreman as well. Died in March of this year.
I looked up a
list.
He's
from Marshall. Died in Houston.
Interesting. I looked up a list. The name that popped out, another name that popped out to me for female athletes was Cheryl Swoops.
Yeah, she played at Texas Tech, right? And then played for the Comets.
Played for the Comets, yeah.
Yeah, they won 4.
She was really good.
4 consecutive WNBA championships. Quick phone call. Thank you for joining us again.
Yep.
So we've had 2 new nominations here.
Okay.
George Foreman. Actually, 3. George Foreman, Simone Biles, and Cheryl Swoops.
Where does Lance Armstrong fit into this? Does he count?
Well,
I don't think he's from Texas, but he
claimed Austin,
right? Claims Austin now.
There was some nefarious things he had going on.
Yeah, but at the time, he was the most polarizing, most famous athlete in the world.
Did you have a Livestrong bracelet?
Of course we did. You know who still has a Livestrong bracelet? Because he lives strong. It wasn't just a fad to him.
David Nuno.
Thomas Dick.
Oh.
It wasn't a fad to him.
That fits. That fits like a glove. Very good. Thomas Dick, a true American treasure. If more people knew about Thomas Dick, they would probably have him on their Texas Hall of Fame. Texas Sports Information Directors, Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, AC's number 1, and he's like Teddy Roosevelt.
All right, so our next chip here, I think I might have a favorite. These are...
Oh, dude, great pull in the chat. TCR Aggie 2014, Carl Lewis.
Carl Lewis. Good one. I think probably Carl Lewis would go ahead of... I think that's a pretty solid 3. Carl Lewis. Yep. All right, so these are the Zapp's New Orleans Voodoo chips. There you go.
I don't think I've ever
Reach
had
your grubby hands in there. You've never had these.
I've never had the
They're
Zapp's
delicious.
Voodoo.
Love these.
Never had these.
Ooh. That packs a punch. Tangy.
Very tangy.
Did we decide if we're doing half points or not, or did Cade complain his way out of that?
Not going to let him do that. We have half points. Half points are available.
Half points are available, Cade.
Half points are available? Okay, cool.
All right. Let's go ahead and knock another one out. We bring Cade right back in here because we got a bunch of games to get to here in a second. And we also still have to talk about.
Are we still going on with this?
No, I think it was a good conversation. I think that we got the chat helped us out, definitely.
Would you have Tom Landry on there?
No.
No?
I don't. He just was a coach. Did he compete in the sport?
I mean, they treated him like the king in Dallas.
Well, they're uppity up there.
Haha. Who would be on your, if you had an A&M Mount Rushmore, who would be on it?
Johnny Manziel.
In all 4 spots, or?
Well, it's just the first one. All right, these next ones are H-E-B limited edition cheeseburger flavored ridged potato chips. Cade wanted me to hand it to him on camera so he could be seen with. Remember, he's trying to get a date out of this show. That's the only reason why he's producing.
Somebody said, what about Gary Kubiak for our Texas one?
Those don't taste like anything.
These stink. Those are bad.
They don't taste like much.
You want more? I was going to put them down here.
Why not? Let's knock out a fourth so we can get halfway through this. These are, everybody's probably had these. Lay's barbecue.
Water after the cheeseburger ones stink. There's like an aftertaste with them. Not good.
Those are not good.
Not good. Do not. Cade's like pacing a trail back and forth.
Man, for whatever reason, I remember those being a little bit better, packing more of a punch. Don't you think? I remember eating those. Maybe it was the KC Masterpiece ones.
Cade
wants a healthy version.
Yeah. Oh, they're better. They're better. It's all subjective, Cade.
Those are okay. All right.
So who would be on your A&M one? Your A&M Mount Rushmore.
Man. Johnny, for sure. It's hard because you don't want to put into account what they've done. Do you put into account what they've done as professionals?
I came away with what I thought was a pretty good 4. I would have John David Crow's Washington. He's the only player on campus not named E. King Gill with a statue. Any sport. I'd have R.C. Slocum on my list. Yes, I'm giving the coaches too. Just thinking about contributions to Texas A&M athletics. I had Mark Johnson on mine. Birth of Olsen Magic. All of that. The 89 team.
Man.
Yeah. And then I had Johnny Manziel on my list.
I'd have had one of those. I might have had John David. What about Ating Mo?
Huh? I mean, Ating Mo is absolutely the greatest athlete to come through here. I think she is. But I don't think Mount Rushmore is necessarily the greatest 4 presidents we've ever had.
I don't know. I feel like
but that's the premise.
If you get a gold medal, I feel like you should be on the Mount Rushmore.
Ating Mo, good pull. I forgot.
Hand up. We're a hand up show. No, that's that nothing but the truth stuff. He just went like right here. No, we want a good high hand.
Ating Mo, yeah, good one.
All right. This is something that we talked a lot about sports gambling on the show and the future of it as it pertains to its influence on the current student athlete, its influence on the current professional athlete. It's obviously had a tremendous influence on the viewing audience of every sport because no matter what it is, if you're watching it on ESPN now, especially, you have live lines and you have spreads and you have over-unders available as part of the lower third graphic. If you're watching an NFL game, the preview of an NFL game on NFL Network, or I know they talk about it like when they're previewing the games on Red Zone. When they pop the game graphics up, it's got the line available on the graphics. So they're throwing this stuff in your face as much as possible for a reason. It's because so many people take part in it. So the question that I have for you two, and if you looked at the rundown, you guys have already seen this. First one is, if sports betting was legal in Texas, would you participate?
My answer was no. No. The only thing that is sports gambling adjacent that I participate in is every year a bunch of guys from high school we have a $20 buy-in for March Madness. ESPN bracket challenge. The winner gets like something like $1,500 because there's so many of us in this bracket challenge. And that's the only thing I participate in. It's the only money I'm all right losing based off a sporting event. I really don't have great experiences with gambling in general, sports or otherwise. I think I was soured on it really early. I was 18. We went on a cruise. And you can, at 18 in international waters, you can gamble. There's a casino on the cruise. Sat down with my dad at the blackjack table. He gave me $200, and it was gone in like 10 minutes. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right, you didn't know what you were doing.
But it really, really soured me. It was like the worst feeling ever at the time.
Yeah, that's like going out your first time to ever play baseball. You're like, hey, kid, you can pitch? Well, I can throw it, okay. And they hit 20 home runs off of it.
Yeah, I hated it. I have not played blackjack since. I have no desire to learn the ins and outs of it. I don't care. I don't want to. I can't get over the feeling of losing that money that fast.
Actually, that was a bad analogy that I made. It's more like first game you've ever played baseball and you're facing Shohei Ohtani and it's like you strike out 5 times. Like, I've got no chance at doing this. I never want to do this again. Yeah. I'm so overmatched by everything here that I have no shot. And I can see how gambling would do that. I've never really gotten into card games. At the casinos, I usually just sit down and play slots. But Cade, if the question posed to you, if sports gambling was legal in Texas, would you participate?
I really wouldn't. I don't think. Sometimes I feel like I'm too like into the sports world to actually be good at gambling on sports. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think about everything so logically and like looking at all the numbers and stuff, and that's really just not how Vegas works. At least from a sports gambling perspective. And also I don't like losing my money on stupid stuff like that when I could use it on, like food or rent.
Yeah, and I think maybe different areas or different stages of your life may change your answer on some of this. If you two were my age and more established and everything, like maybe you've got a little bit more disposable income that you can play with. But
that really is a big proponent why I don't play anything. Like, I'm not on the Prize Picks stuff. It just doesn't appeal to me. As you said, I don't have too much disposable income at this stage of life, right? And I think I work way too hard for my money to where I'm willing to waste it on an outcome of a sporting event that I'm already way too emotionally invested in.
Well, so for the sake of the show, I'm going to say, yeah, I would participate. And I don't know that I would, first of all, I would be allowed to participate heavily. I think the CFO, CEO, COO
giving you some behind the scenes into Brauny's home life.
No, but the second question that I had is, if you would participate, would it change your sports watching habits? And I think it would, especially if I got into betting. Like, I don't watch a lot of college basketball, and I actually think, how can you ever handicap yourself as a gambler? Because there's so much that is up in the air every time the ball's tipped off or the ball's kicked off. Like,
a nightmare.
You see these people that have. Some of these people that have the best brackets in March Madness are women that never watch, and they just pick their favorite colors. Like, that's how random some of this stuff can be. So I don't know that I would be any good at betting college basketball because I don't watch it. But if I got into listening to people talk about college basketball in lines and stuff, like, I probably would bet it a little bit, and it would change my habits. I have a good insight. How many people bet college baseball? Probably not many. I think I've got a pretty good insight to college baseball. I might bet a little college baseball because of all the stuff that I know about it.
That's what I'm saying, Brauny, though, is that when you know that stuff, that's how they get you. Is when you know the stuff, that's how they get you. They reel you in by like, oh yeah, I know all about this. And
I would be perfectly ignorant to a lot of things, but like, I don't know, like, if you feel like you know how rosters are configured better, or how certain kids are, like, I've just done the baseball thing for so long, and I've got so many of my former players or kids that I've coached against playing college baseball. I would feel like, especially regionally, I would have a pretty good finger on the pulse of what's going on. But you're right, Cade. Like, this thing is, these sports books aren't growing and becoming rich and elaborate because they're losing money. You're not seeing their advertisements all over everything because they're losing revenue. in fact, they're gaining revenue. That's why they're able to promote more. Well, and they're trying to get more suckers like you, me, and you.
Well, what do they say? The house always wins.
Right.
The house is winning so much that they're proliferating all over the place.
Oh, ooh. I hope they clean up after themselves after they proliferate everywhere. Would you bet on A&M sports?
Hell no.
No.
Not even a little bit.
Let me ask you
make
this.
It so much
but
worse.
would you bet against A&M knowing that?
No, I hate that whole idea of hedging. Oh, if you bet against A&M, you're going to win one way. It also makes you a loser. Either your team loses and you're emotionally pissed off, or your team wins and you lose money. Either way, you're still a loser. You are a loser.
I think I would be like, let's say you bet on A&M Texas, and you were like, you know what? I'm going to bet on Texas. I'm going to lay $50 on Texas because if they win, I at least get something out of the game. And if A&M won, that would be the happiest $50 you ever lost.
No.
You don't. Hold on.
No, because I just told you earlier. I think I work way too hard to lose the money frivolously like that.
So you wouldn't pay $50 for A&M to beat LSU?
I'm more of the mindset that I would double or nothing. If I'm going to bet on an A&M sporting event, I'm going to bet with the Aggies.
You wouldn't.
Because I want to have more of a stake in it. I want to ride or die. I want the high to be higher.
Oh, you're into the heavy drugs.
Yeah, I guess. No, I don't do drugs.
I'm just saying that, like, if you told me A&M was going to beat Texas, but you were going to lose $50 for it, I think a lot of Aggies would be like, okay, fine. Like, that's very much worth it. As long as you're not betting the mortgage on the thing, then I think it's fine. If you hedge your emotions a little bit with finances, I think it doesn't make you a loser.
I'm already emotionally tied to the wins and the losses.
Exactly.
Like, I couldn't hedge.
What do we think, Chat?
I think if you're hedging, I think it still makes you a loser. I think you still lose one way or the other.
Reese Nygren says hedging is the strategy.
Reese Nygren.
Don't take the H out of that statement.
Unless you want to. Because we don't
what are we talking
anybody's yum.
The next question that I had is kind of tied into what we were just talking about. Would having money on the line increase or decrease your emotional attachment to the outcomes?
Increase significantly. Significantly.
I think the reason why I asked that is because you become more about it. Would, like, if you became so worried about your bottom line that, and when I say emotionally attached, it's emotionally attached to the wins and losses. If you get just so tied to your bottom line that you're going to be desensitized to the outcome of the game for your team. What did I miss?
Reese Nygren, you're in trouble. Dude, you're posting under your real name, you moron.
Yeah. Cover your eyes if you're reading the chat.
God, Reese. Now you have to explain to us what that is.
No, we're not doing that. No. I know we're not on real radio, but we're not crossing that line.
Haircut got him feeling crazy.
Yeah, that haircut.
So the reason why I said it may decrease
your... You got edged up, Cade.
He did. Oh, my God.
You two are cackling. Pretty good at that. That's pretty funny.
Thank you.
That was so good.
We can move on. I forgot where I was. Oh, it was because if you get so concerned with your bottom line about how much money you've made or lost gambling, that's all that concerns you, then it does desensitize you to the emotional attachment that you have to Texas A&M winning. That's the only point that I was making.
I didn't answer the question you had earlier about would it change your viewing habits? Only in the sense that I would probably go to sports books to watch games instead of like sports bars because I got more TVs. It's just a better viewing atmosphere.
Sports books are pretty sick. You been to the ones in Lake Charles?
I've never been to the ones in Lake Charles, but I've been to a couple in Vegas. Actually, for you, we were in Vegas last time, 2021, like right after COVID. We still had to wear masks everywhere. And it was the same weekend that the Premier League started. So I got to watch Arsenal lose to Brentford at the sports book.
Oh, thank you for that.
The Bees?
The Bees.
They lost to the Bees. But that was fun. Like watching watching games at the sportsbook's fun because all the screens are right in front of you. You don't have to ask the waitress to put your game on. Wait an hour and a half for them to do that. Sometimes game never gets put on.
Where do you go where that happens?
Not going to say it.
Strong contender here.
Not going to say it.
Next bag of chips is cheddar sour cream Ruffles.
Kate, are you going to come in here for these or what? Oh, you gave us a thumbs up. These are good, dude. I know.
Hey, now. Yeah, we're doing that one. We're doing that. Stay here, Kate. We're going to open up the next one, which is another favorite of mine. These are Kettle brand sea salt and vinegar. Very polarizing flavor of potato chips, sea salt and vinegar. From what I understand, it's like cilantro to a lot of people. Man, those punch you. Those really punch you. This is throwing my brain for a spin. Yeah. You don't like that?
No, I don't. It. Like you said, it's like walk on. Like a
what?
Like a what'd you say? Cilantro.
Oh yeah? So you're on the other. It tastes like soap to you.
Not good.
Our final two flavors, for those interested, can you clean up the our undercarriage? Can you clean up our undercarriage, please?
What do you need?
I think all those chips are about to fall.
No, they're fine.
So our final two flavors here are Ruffles sour cream and onion, and then another limited edition from Howard E. Butts, Korean barbecue ridged potato chips, gluten-free. Very festive bag, Korean barbecue. So we'll get to those here in just a second. Anybody see what Steve Sarkisian's done the last 2 days? Kind of unprompted. I know you saw it. You were at your computer. That was amazing. Yeah. So he opened his teleconference that way. We didn't talk about it much yesterday. Although the only thing that we said was that he had come out and pretty strongly put to bed all the rumors floating around about him leaving the University of Texas. He did it again today.
I didn't see his comments today.
And I didn't see where it came out. I just saw it on Twitter. Yes, Cade, you had your hand up. Would you like to speak?
I was just going to say, before we talk about this, we'd like to discuss the fact that Baylor AD Mac Rhodes is going to resign.
Yeah, I saw that right before we went on air. But
they're working on a settlement deal, right?
But the more people that you listen to in the college football media space talk about Hunter Yurichek's first appearance as the College Football Playoff Committee chair, he didn't impress anybody.
No, he sounded.
Everybody.
I told Richard he sounded like he had an AI chip in his brain when he was talking on
He was sweating. TV. I think Josh Pate said he was sweating Crisco up there. And I don't know if that's like a euphemism for something, or if he's making that comment because he's the AD at Arkansas. But he is an AD that is searching for a head coach. He's got bigger fish to fry. Bigger bacon to fry. Why do we keep doing this? We talked about it on, was it yesterday or Tuesday? Why are we doing this? Why are we giving the committee chairs to people that have way more important things going on? Ward Manuel, Mac Rhodes, Hunter Yurichek.
Ward A. Manuel, as Billy calls him.
He keeps calling him Ward A. Manuel. But Steve Sarkisian, I don't know where it was. Maybe, Cade, you can fire up the Twitter machine and find it.
Do you want me to find the quote today or yesterday?
There's a quote today, and he just doubled down on it. But the funny thing is nobody ever asked him about that unless it happened today. Whatever setting today that he spoke in, unless somebody asked him. He did it unprompted yesterday, correct?
Yeah, it was the opening statement to the SEC teleconference. For those of you that don't know what that is, each week, all 16 coaches get 10 minutes to field questions on a Zoom call. And each time as they're waiting for the queue of questions to fill up, the coaches get a couple minutes to talk about their team before you host Arkansas or before you host Samford at Kyle Field on Saturday at 11 a.m. That's literally how every single coach begins. And Sark didn't talk about his team at all.
He just started going in on these rumors about his job and his intentions to stay at the University of Texas and win national championships there. He said something today. I should have done a little bit more digging, but I know I saw it on my scrolls. The funny thing is there's been a few national media types, and I believe Danny Cannell was one of them, that have met both of these statements with a yeah, but. And there's just a certain amount of people that aren't buying this. I just keep going back to where there's smoke, there's some sort of fire there. Now, he may have extinguished it in the last 2 days. But Desmond Howard is a fixture of the most popular college sports show on television, and is a former Heisman Trophy winner. Why would he haphazardly speak about something that had no legs? Why would Desmond Howard just pull this out of thin air, feel the need to record himself talking about it, and post it on Instagram and Twitter?
Here's the thing he said today.
Yeah, but he don't need the clicks.
I have the quote pulled up, Richard.
Oh, go ahead, Cade.
So he said in his presser today, he said that his comments in the teleconference yesterday, it was for everybody. It might have just been for me. I don't know. The thing about yesterday was this. At the end of the day, I have a locker room full of players who give me everything they have. The last thing I want is for them to feel as though what people are saying about me outside of our building is serving as a distraction for them and or their families. But also, I wanted to say that for Longhorn Nation, because I don't want them or anybody here to feel like, boy, Sark is window shopping, or maybe he's trying to go. I'm not trying to go anywhere. And it is also for some of our opponents that I'm not going anywhere. Stay out of our locker room. And maybe for some of the pundits out there that don't cover me and cover our program on a regular basis, so that they understand they can't just take their trash out and have a thought to think, hey, I think Texas is going to have a job opening. I don't know. Think about something else when you are taking your trash out.
It's just funny and again, I tend to believe him, but I'm not all the way there. I give him
time out. He's
99% of the benefit.
He's talking about pundits, right, that don't cover his program. Where was College Game Day on August 30th?
He's talking about Dez.
I know. Where was College Game Day on August 30th?
Columbus,
Ohio. Jeez, dude. And they're paid by the SEC. They go to most SEC sites. And also, Dez's agent's your agent, bro.
Again, there was something there, and he may have really got upset that it leaked, just like he got upset when the NFL stuff leaked with him and the Titans. And he's pissed that it's happened a second time, and he's lashing out a little bit harder at either leaks or people in the media that assume that they have intel on his program. But I liked what he said, to stay out of their locker room.
He was asked further.
I wonder if he's going to take that advice for himself and stay out of other people's locker rooms.
He was asked further. Steve Sarkisian was asked if rival teams are weaponizing the speculation about his job to tamper with his current roster. Quote, for sure, yes. Dude, if you want to play the pointing fingers game on tampering, that's not a great thing to start.
I bet that big old glass house in the hill country is very nice, Steve. I'd hesitate to throw rocks from it.
Do you think Steve operates on burners like his colleague?
We can move on from that. I just thought it was interesting how he's come out in defense of himself in the last couple of days. But good on him.
Just released their jerseys for this weekend.
A&M's wearing probably traditionals.
The normal look. Maroon helmet, maroon jersey, white pants.
Well, that's a good segue into
Classy.
Picking some games here over the final 40 or so minutes of the program. Before we do that, let's go ahead and dive into these final two. We'll get our ratings. Classic. Ruffles, sour cream, and onion. Again, I feel like the field here has been very strong. It's been a strong field.
Strong field. What's taking Cade so long? Look at how big this thing is.
That's what she said.
Kind of got a curve to it.
I could eat a bunch of those. I have no really feel for what these Korean barbecue chips. I have had Korean barbecue. We had a pretty good Korean barbecue spot here in town. Whoa. Brother, those are strong. Those are real strong. It's different, right?
Kind of sweet.
It's real sweet. those are so different than all of the other ones. But I think that, wow.
I haven't had it yet.
I'd be interested to see what you think of that. I know. Kind of knocks you back for a second.
It's got a lot of flavor up front.
Yeah.
And then kind of has a little bit of spice at the end. Not much spice, but just a little bit.
It is flavorful. Surprise here. It's in the mix. Okay, Cade, you got your glasses on and calculator out.
Yes.
We will let's add these scores up and then we'll pick games and we'll do the finale right before we pick the A&M score.
All right, perfect.
Jalapeno Ranch, I gave a 6.
7.5.
Oh, I really like those. I gave them an 8.5.
13.5. That's a 22 for Jalapeno Ranch. Zapp's Voodoo, 8.5 for me.
5.
13.
I gave it a 9.
22.5. Cheeseburger, 3.
2.
4.
9. Barbecue, 4.5.
4.
6.
14.5 for barbecue. Cheddar sour cream, 9.
9.
5.
Whoa.
23. Sea salt and vinegar, 9.5.
3.
7.5.
20.
Like you said earlier, it's like cilantro for some folks. It's not my palate.
Sour cream and onion, 8.
7.
7.
So 22 there. Korean barbecue,
8.
8.5.
8.
So that's
24.5.
24.5. So the top two are going to be Korean barbecue and
Cheddar sour cream.
cheddar sour cream. All right, Richard, find the cheddar sour cream down there. We'll bring it to the top here. We'll get ready
I
for
will
our
take those voodoo chips home, by the way. Those are so good.
Oh,
Hold on, man.
Cade's claiming things.
I'll let you claim one bag, but I got to keep some here at the office. That's how I get them expensed, brother.
Oh, fair enough.
So Evangelist can eat them all?
No. All right, let's pick some games. Y'all ready? If you have been tailing this, and I don't know why you would, we just did a whole thing on sports gambling and talk about how we'd be no good at it. I think I would have been, I went back and looked. Over the last few weeks, my upset alerts, and I know I'm picking them, and I say these are underdogs that I think can win the game. So I'm essentially saying I would bet the money line. But if you would have bet the spreads on these things, I believe I'm at like 67% over the last 5 weeks. Okay, we have got to stop.
I'm sorry, you.
It's a real number. By the way, we are in the midst of preparing for spring and summer baseball for 12. And we have a massive coaches group chat because now we've added so many branches. We've added Austin and we've added Dallas. So we're adding, those directors go into the group chat. And Kay just ran off. He needs to hear this.
He had to go run an errand for me real quick. He had to go let somebody in.
Oh. Well, when he gets back, I'll tell it again.
He's just going to the side door.
There is.
Reese Nygren like the 6-7 mention.
So we're having issues because whenever these players, Cade, put your ears in. I didn't say anything yet, Cade. I want you to be back for this.
Oh, okay, cool.
We're having issues with our player registry when they fill out their information, their preferred number.
67.
We're getting so many 67s that we might have to blacklist the number.
Yeah, that would be a smart call. I think you should just get rid of the number.
And it's it's mostly our youth players. So like
talking baseball.
Yes, so
it's not a baseball number anyway.
Doesn't matter. We have to go 0 through 99 because we have so many players.
Oh, fair enough.
So
blacklist that and then blacklist 6 and 7. And then
No,
nobody has any fun.
But I think there's not a way around it. We're going to have to allow it. But one of our coaches was like, I've gotten 1,000 requests for number 67. So anyway,
the kids are all in on the bit.
And all these are so youth players too. It's like 8 through 14-year-olds that are in on this.
Well, it's like at the women's basketball game for elementary school day, they had a 6-7 cam. And all the kids just waiting for him to hit 67 points.
All right, here we go. Like I said, if you are tailing me on my upset alerts, I'm telling you to pick the money line, but if you just pick the underdog to cover, you'd have been winning some money over the last 5 weeks with me. I think, like I said, I'm 2 out of 3 just about every week on these upset alerts. But we're going to start with Oklahoma at home against Missouri. The Sooners are favored by 7.5. Again, these lines are as of this morning on ESPN Bet, and they may fluctuate by a point or two depending on the sports book that you're looking at. Oklahoma minus 7.5. I hate this game.
That line's too high for me.
Well, I would like to know if Bo Pribula is going to play. Can we pull up that injury report?
Oh, yeah, I'll look it up.
So is Bo Pribula going to be available? And then I don't like a side in this game.
He's doubtful.
Doubtful.
Yeah.
Less than 50% chance to play.
So I think if I had to pick, I would probably pick an under here. I don't love a side.
Mason Thomas is notably questionable for Oklahoma.
Or Mason Thomas?
He is questionable, yes.
The problem is like how is Missouri going to score against Oklahoma's defense? You know that their formula to score is to run the football with Ahmad Hardy.
And yeah, which team did Oklahoma just beat to now garner more national love?
Alabama.
And what does Alabama do horribly?
Run the ball.
Yeah, so it's completely different.
Yeah, but Oklahoma's good on defense. They are good on defense.
But it's a completely different test that they have to solve that they haven't faced this year.
On the flip side,
SEC's best running back.
On the flip side, I do not think Oklahoma's offense is very good. They've actually found a little bit of success running the football. Xavier Robinson, back-to-back 100-yard games. Or maybe he wasn't 100 yards against Bama, but he had a really good one against Tennessee. So they found some success on the ground. John Mateer, remember, everybody was handing him the Heisman Trophy in September. Turns out he's just been okay. I like the under more than I like a side here. But if I had to pick, I think Missouri will cover, but I would not lay real money on a side.
I might even take Missouri to win the game outright.
Whoa.
I don't know if I'm that bold, if I was actually betting.
What's the score got to be if they're going to win the game outright?
24 to 17.
I think it'll be 17-13.
Yeah, it's going to be low scoring.
You think that low?
If Missouri's going to win, I mean, how many points can Mizzou score against Oklahoma's defense?
How many? Well, it's based
you
on whether or not
assume
Ahmad Hardy
straight
can
up
run for 150.
You got to assume straight up that, like, you know, if you get in one of these deals like A&M on last Saturday where they're turning the ball over like crazy and you get a scoop and score or a pick six, that throws everything kind of out of whack. But if they're going to play the game straight up, I think Oklahoma can score 17 points at most.
I guess.
Missouri can score 17
for Missouri
points.
to win the game, it would probably take 150 plus yards from Ahmad Hardy. In those 150 plus, you probably have a 50-yard touchdown run because he seems to always break free. And then on the other,
if he does
20 carries he's averaging 3.
If he does that and they win, he's in the Heisman discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they could pull that off at that place because I don't think it's exactly a hostile environment.
It was when Bob Stoops was there. Nobody lost to them
But
they were the best team in the country for a lot of those years. I hate this. I'll take Missouri in the points, but I don't like it.
I'll also take Missouri in the points. I'm not bold enough to go with them outright, but I could see it happening. I would not be shocked.
I'm going Missouri in the points as well.
That's an earthquake.
Earthquake.
You ever watch Barstool Sports Advisors?
Nope.
It's Stu Feiner. It's an old school show that they brought back. They pick NFL games, and when everybody picks the same side of a game, they call it an earthquake. He gets up and starts like slamming mugs and breaking stuff all over. It's pretty wild. It's good. You should watch it. Stu Feiner, he's a small Jewish man with lots of rage like you.
Oh, nice. Hello, Stu.
James Madison at home, 13.5-point favorites against Washington State. Boy, you want to talk about a schedule. Go look at what Washington State's done this year. Where they have gone has been wild. They're going across the country to Virginia to play the Dukes. The reason why this is on our games to pick is because it has playoff implications with James Madison right on the heels of Tulane.
They need it bad.
And they got to have it. I think they're getting to a spot because they're behind Tulane right now that style points are going to matter. So if Bob Chesney, who is a major player for that Penn State job, I don't like coaches that are at this level that are interviewing for jobs. I think Tulane, it's been a distraction. I worry that it's going to be a distraction at James Madison. I'm going to take the Dukes because I'm pulling for the Dukes, but this is more of a heart over mind pick. Let's not forget Washington State nearly went into Oxford and won. Outside of that, they've been pretty bad.
Washington State also lost to North Texas in Denton by 49 points. They lost to North Texas by 49 points.
Yeah, I'm going to take James because James Madison. They can't just win the game. I think there's some style points that have to come with it. I'm going to take them.
That's exactly what's at play. They have to have the style points to get back into a conversation with Tulane's currently the group of 5 team that's ranked. North Texas is also up in that argument. They have to score points and hope that those teams slip up. James Madison to cover, probably win by 3 touchdowns on this one.
Wow. Cade is talking to Josh. Cade, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead and make your pick here.
I will take. I'll take Washington State to cover just because they've been other than what Richard just mentioned. I think that they've played a lot of teams pretty close.
All right, Oregon at home, 10.5-point favorites against USC. I think this number's outrageous. Down at 9.5.
That's a crazy number.
Now, but that's a big number.
Like, what has Oregon done outside of beating Penn State to warrant this number?
Well, I think too, like USC has gotten themselves like where they'll get in fistfights with you out of nowhere. Like I don't know when this version of USC evolved into tough, gritty, run the football, stop the run. Kate, I just lost batteries.
Kate, I'm also going to need a pit change. 4 tires.
We need new batteries. These things look like what? I've never heard of this brand of battery that are in these headphones.
Power Owl.
Power Owl. You used to do that on Thursday nights in college, right? Power Owl?
Power Hour.
Oh. Yeah, these seems like Mickey Mouse batteries. Thank you, Cade. Could not finish this show without hearing your picks.
Yeah, I gotta hear what Cade Bickham, elite ball knower, the knowledge is gonna drop.
Yep,
on
I'm
me.
already back.
Are we back in?
We're back in. Oregon 10.5-point favorites against USC. I think Oregon wins the game. I think that's too many points. I like the Trojans to cover because USC, well, the Trojans do cover, but I like the USC Trojans to cover in this game. I think USC has a little bit of toughness to them. I think they're okay getting into these tight ball games. You saw them. Now Iowa got a little bit screwed late last week. Foot inbounds, foot out of bounds, a couple of missed face masks that could have been very beneficial for the Hawkeyes bid to win that game. But I still like the way USC's playing, especially if they're 10.5-point dogs. I think the Trojans cover.
Is that Olin Buchanan's sage wisdom shining through?
Okay, we already hit the innuendo. Pick the game.
I also have the Trojans to cover.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oregon hasn't done anything to inspire confidence that they're going to beat.
They did have their. I was totally right about the Dante Moore slump buster game against Minnesota. By the way,
you never really went into full explanation of what a slump buster means,
and I still won't. But
so that's you and Reese Nygren in trouble for not explaining terms.
Well, that's fine. In any case, I still don't think I can pick them to win by 11 points against USC. That just seems ridiculous. I know it's at home, but it's just too many.
This is an elimination game, by the way. The loser's out of the playoff.
Exactly.
I don't think Oregon can't lose and still make it. They don't have enough quality on their resume with a loss here.
And I think both teams are going to know that. So I think it'll likely lend itself to being more of a tighter game.
A little cagey.
Guys a little bit more nervous to mess up and blow it for their team.
Also, Oregon wants to run the football. So you could be less possessions.
Sure.
Maybe the under's not a bad play here. I don't even know what the number is.
I definitely like Trojans to cover.
And I think anytime you're betting a game in the Pacific Northwest, look at the weather.
What is the weather?
This time of the year, I think the weather is going to can be a key factor on those games up there.
Weather, high of 47, low of 33.
Rain?
No rain.
Okay. That's a chilly one, though.
Yeah, for USC, definitely a chilly one. All right, moving on. In the SEC now, at Darrell K. Royal Stadium in Austin, the Longhorns are 8.5-point favorites over Arkansas. Boy, the Hogs have the chance to do the funniest thing ever. I don't think they will.
It's a trap game of all trap games, though.
I'll take Texas to win, but I do like Arkansas is so bad defensively. No, Texas wins and covers.
I think Arkansas has the best quarterback in this game, and they'll fight. But in the end, I think Texas.
Did you see Arkansas's injury report?
No.
Like half the roster's on it.
Oh, do they all go on motorcycle rides?
I don't know why they're there, but it is an extensive injury report. Arkansas is so bad on defense. Texas is explosive out wide. Arkansas is no good in the secondary. I actually think Arch, kind of a get-right game for him, even if he's throwing these bubble screens to the sideline. I think catch and run give him some confidence. I think Texas wins and covers.
Yeah, I think Texas wins and covers as well. I just think
if this game was in Fayetteville,
there's just no way. Like they can't even they can't stop the run either. So maybe Texas can finally get some semblance of a run game going as well.
Yeah, we're all on. Richard's on Arkansas to cover, but me and Kate are on.
No, I was on Texas.
Okay, Texas. We're all on Texas to win and cover. Vanderbilt at home against Kentucky. The Commodores are favored by 9.5 points. I can't get a read on Kentucky. They do play. They were playing a lot of people close, and then blew the doors off of Florida. I actually like Kentucky in this spot. Vanderbilt look ahead to Tennessee.
Yeah. We talked a little bit earlier.
I'll take the Wildcats and the points here.
We talked a little bit earlier about what it's going to take for Ahmad Hardy to possibly get back into that Heisman conversation. Diego Pavia's hanging on. Like, he's at the fringe, but he is hanging on. Yeah, that probably. After all his extracurriculars, make your pee-pee smaller. But I think he's going to be in a situation where he could pad his stats.
What extracurriculars is he doing that would cause that? Because I want to make sure I stay away from him. I can't afford any more of that.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, I guess. Or not doing.
I don't know what that even means. Just pick the game.
I'm trying, and you interrupted me. I think Pavia is going to be able to pad his stats, which means Vanderbilt's going to be able to cover 9.5.
Cutter Boley playing pretty well at Kentucky.
He throws a lot of interceptions, though.
He does.
I'm going to take Vanderbilt to cover as well. I think. I mean, I do agree that it's probably it's that look ahead spot because they do. Is Tennessee in Neyland as well?
Yes.
Yeah, but I still just think they know. I think Clark Lee knows that they need this one if they want to beat Tennessee and have a chance.
Oh, I'm not saying that Vanderbilt won't win the game.
They just need it. Yeah,
I think, but Kentucky
and style
9.5,
and like we've been talking about, style points matter.
Yeah, this could. I think
this is like if they cover, that's a style point win.
Vanderbilt to me is much like Utah. I think they're at their ceiling probably. Although if they go in to blow the doors off of Tennessee, that could catch some people's attention. But it just looks like right now that the Commodores are going to be on the outside looking into the playoff. I would hope not. I hope some things break their way. I'd love to see Vanderbilt get in there. Temple at home in the Link.
In front of dozens.
There will be dozens of people there. There actually might be more Tulane Green Wave fans traveling from New Orleans, perhaps watching the final games of their head coach, wearing their school colors.
A game up there this year.
Tulane is favored by 7.5. I'll take the Green Wave to win and cover.
Yeah, roll Wave, big time.
Yep, that's an easy one.
It flies right in the face of what I said about Bob Chesney and John Summerall interviewing with these jobs, but this could be an audition for John Summerall maybe at Penn State. Not far down the road. I don't know. I would think that he's probably going to remain in the SEC, highly more likely that he remains in the SEC, but that is a job open in the state of Pennsylvania, and he will be in one of their metropolitan areas. Got a chance to run it up. And again, these style points are going to be important. If they're important for James Madison, they're going to be important for Tulane. I like the Green Wave to win and cover.
Same.
Everybody's on Tulane?
Yes,
correct.
Sir.
Yep.
Moving on, Richard will have a vested interest in this one, and it is Maryland at home in College Park against Michigan. The Wolverines are 13.5-point favorites. This Michigan team,
they stink, dude.
They're a tough watch.
They're terrible. They're ugly. I think the Wolverines are going to win yet another ugly game this week. I don't think Maryland and Mike Locksley are going to pick off the Wolverines.
They've announced that he's staying.
Oh, okay. Well, still, I
like that.
Good for them.
Give them a little bit of momentum. Their quarterback's not bad.
They're not going to beat Michigan this
I didn't say they're
weekend.
going to beat Michigan, but I do think this is a lot of points. Michigan, again, look ahead to Ohio State.
I'm with you. I think Michigan wins the game, but it's a lot closer than 13.5. I think it's going to be real ugly. Perhaps ugly enough to keep
like a 20-10?
20-10, maybe like 24-21.
Okay, so you think Maryland scores, yeah.
And maybe it's close enough to where Ryan Day and company are like, oh, these guys stink, and they sleepwalk into Ann Arbor again and get left on third base again.
They didn't get left on third base last year. They won the national championship. I'll take the Terps, though, to cover. Michigan win.
Yeah, that's too many points.
All right, moving on. This line's so interesting to me. Houston, the Cougars make their reemergence in the top 25. They are at home and only a 1.5 point favorite against TCU, who got their doors absolutely blown off in Provo last week. I stayed up for that game. It was a snoozer halfway. Like, it was a no contest.
I made it about 5 minutes into the third quarter, and then it put me to sleep.
No contest.
It was awful.
I don't think Sonny Dykes is going anywhere because he got them to a national final a few years ago, but they stink. TCU. It's surprising how far TCU's fallen in just a few years. This is a pick'em game. Houston is still not mathematically eliminated from making the Big 12 title game. I'm going to bet on Connor Wigman and the Cougs because they've got more on the line.
I like Connor Wigman as a human being, and he's an easy kid to root for. Kind of bummed out it didn't work out here, but I hope he continues to have success at UH. I hope they win this week, and man, I'm rooting for all the Big 12 chaos. Like, if Houston can stay alive and make the waters even murkier in that league, I'm all for it. Go Cougs.
Maybe BYU gets upset, and then
well, dude, don't give away too much.
Cade?
Yeah, I'm going to take Houston, although they have notably been kind of iffy at home.
Well, yeah, they were bad against West Virginia.
Yeah,
and nobody goes to those games. It's a pathetic showing for a city that size to not support a winner.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing, but I think that they'll pull this one out. They like you said, they need it. So,
all right, another team that absolutely has to have it. Actually, two teams that absolutely have to have it. Georgia Tech at home in Atlanta. The Yellow Jackets are favored by 2.5 against Pitt. Reminder: didn't matter that Pitt lost last week. Pat Narduzzi told you they could lose by 100, and it looked like they kind of tried to lose by 100 against Notre Dame. But they are still in the discussion in terms of the ACC title game, are the Pitt Panthers. Georgia Tech and Haynes King, man, his numbers are insane this year. I think 3 times, is it 3 or 4 times that Haynes has rushed for over 100 yards this year in a game? The last one where he went nuts against, was it NC State? He had like 430 passing and 105 rushing. It was an incredible night. Another kid, easy to root for.
Yeah.
I've seen nothing from Pitt that makes me believe that they're willing to be up for a fight. And I think if you're going to play Haynes King, you got to be up for a fight. It's only a 2.5 point line. I think Georgia Tech wins and covers.
I like the Yellow Jackets at home. I like Haynes King. I like his game. No team's more dependent on their quarterback to win games this year than Georgia Tech. I think he's going to get him another win here, and it's going to set up a massive, clean, old-fashioned hate matchup next weekend.
Haynes King's line against North Carolina State. 25 of 35 for 408 passing, 20 rushes for 103 yards rushing. Last week, they eked out a win at Boston College. Man, I thought Boston College was going to win that game and it would have ended Georgia Tech's season essentially. But Haynes, 26 of 34 in that game, 371 yards, also ran for another 53 yards. So that's the week before he went for 511 total, and then last week he went for 424 total yards.
Yeah, he's balling.
Heisman contender. He should be a Heisman finalist if they win these next 2 games.
If they win these next 2, Haynes King should go to New York.
He's got to, yeah.
Cade, you got a pick on the game?
Yeah, I'll take Georgia Tech as well. I just want to, I'm looking at, I got his full game log pulled up. He has 5 games where he's rushed for over 100, and he has one where he got real close. He had 91. He has 14 rushing touchdowns, 807 rushing yards. It's pretty insane what he's doing. And he had to go along with 22, 59, and through the air, 10 touchdowns, 2
And let's
picks.
not forget, he gets beat to death every week.
Yeah, he does.
Just beat all up.
It's like Stephen McGee.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
I'm very impressed with how far he's come along with his durability. I remember his second game starting for the Aggies. He got hurt against Colorado in Boulder.
Yeah, you're going to have to break a bone of his to get him off the field.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And that is what happened, yeah.
All right, moving on. Penn State at home. I don't even know why I put this game on here. We can go quick. 7.5-point favorites against Nebraska. I'm pulling for Penn State because I think Nebraska and Matt Rule have gotten way too much of a leash from the national media. But 7.5 points. I know Nebraska's on their backup quarterback, but you're a dog by 7.5 to this Penn State team. Wolf, I'll take the Nittany Lions to cover.
I picked to not watch this game.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I'll take Nebraska to cover. I think that game it'll be terrible, but it'll be close.
Yeah, you know what? I'm flipping. I like that side. The Latif kid can run around a little bit. He looked okay last week against UCLA. I'm on Nebraska there. Florida at home against Tennessee. Volunteers -4.5. I think Florida's going to get somebody. They got Texas early. They've been hanging around.
They're running out of time to get somebody.
Well, they've got their doors blown off against Kentucky, but they were hanging around with Georgia. I don't think Tennessee's super good. I think Florida can win the game, but I'll take the 4.5 points. I'll take the Gators.
I disagree. I think last week's closer than expected loss in Oxford was kind of like their last ditch. I think they're all tapped out. I'll take Tennessee to win by 2 scores.
I'm going to take Tennessee as well, but purely because I want Tennessee to look better going into that Vanderbilt matchup, so Vanderbilt has a chance to get
playing
into
the
the
long
playoffs.
game here. He's a Clark Lee truther.
The game, Stanford at home against Cal. The Golden Bears are favored by 2.5. This is one I'd pick. I don't watch. I don't care.
Do these teams even care? Do these schools even care?
Hey, give me the Bears.
I'll take Cal.
I'll take Stanford because Braden Montgomery went there for a while.
Okay. Here's a big one. Cincinnati at home against BYU. The Cougars are favored by 2.5 inside Nippert Stadium. I want give me Cincy just for the vibes.
I'm all in on Cincinnati. I told you earlier I want the Big 12 misery. I want those waters to be as murky as possible. Bearcats win outright. How about that?
Here's the thing. If Cincinnati beats BYU after their biggest rivals just absolutely destroyed them at home, it's another, you mentioned chaos scenario. It's another ingredient in the pot of Big 12 chaos.
That's true because Utah only lost by 3 to BYU anyway.
Right, on the road. It was in Provo.
It's not going to be a crazy dent on their resume.
It would again devalue Texas Tech's best win, though.
True.
I'm okay with that.
I would love that. Tech's fraud.
Yeah, let's go.
BYU, they're like
Cincy for the vibes. Yeah, sure.
BYU is kind of like, hang with me here. They're like Iowa with Kirk Ferentz when Iowa was winning 10 games. Like you watch them and they piss you off. You're like, how do they ever beat anybody? Because they don't do anything that just blows you away. BYU.
If Cincinnati wins this game, is next week's Thunder? Well, I guess we're not doing Thunderdome Thursday next week. Oh, I guess we're gonna miss out on Skyline Chili for Thunderdome Thursday.
We would not be doing Skyline
that stuff
Chili.
Stinks. You ever had it, Cade? You ever had Skyline Chili?
No, but I've heard that it's just chili on top of spaghetti,
I
right?
don't even call it chili. Like it's sweet, nasty meat.
That
like it's
sounds
sweet, nasty meat.
That sounds pretty gross.
Like
sounds like me after
sweeter than it should.
Sounds like me after coaching a doubleheader. Sweet, nasty meat.
No, dude, you're the bread man. Toast when you're coaching games. Doubleheader.
All right, let's do our finals here.
Artemi Panarin.
Power rating finals. Cheddar and sour cream versus Korean barbecue.
Can you please chew away from the microphone?
If you don't want us to do this, no, please watch. But just
like
do
and
this when we're doing it. But
so we can get Cade some new glasses.
No.
Why are you telling people not to watch? You're the one who needs new glasses.
That's a good point.
just click the like button and get out of
Your
here.
hair looks more voluptuous than normal.
Say thank you, Cade.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a compliment.
All right. After going back to those, I think there's a clear-cut winner here.
I like those a lot better.
See, to me, those are a novelty. Like, I think they're bold. But these here are like go back to them and go back to them. And like, you have to have a hankering, I think, for these. I'm voting for cheddar sour cream.
Dub.
That's the dub.
Dub.
Korean barbecue, dark horse, made a run to the finals. Had some fans jump on the bandwagon along the way in Cade Beckham, but got to the final and couldn't overcome the monster that is cheddar and sour cream at the end. All right, let me give you my upset alerts this week. These are underdogs that I think can win the game. Again, if you're betting, I would just take these lines because I would have been very good against the spread here. App State is at home. They are 4.5-point dogs to Marshall. It's hard to go into Boone, Iowa and win. Boone, Iowa. I've been to Boone, Iowa.
You've been to Boone, Iowa?
Have you been to Boone, Iowa?
No.
But this is in Boone, North Carolina. Boone, Iowa is where I stayed in 2011 when me and a buddy of mine, I was working as an assistant in the marketing department of the 12th Man Foundation. I was making really good spreadsheets. I actually saw Miles Marks, the former head of the 12th Man Foundation, walking out of Kyle Field the other day after the South Carolina game. And we were talking and reminiscing about me making those spreadsheets. And that's all I did for like 5 hours a day was make spreadsheets when I worked there.
You make a mean spreadsheet?
I got good at it.
I didn't know you were a spreadsheet master.
I'm not. I couldn't even make you one anymore, but I got good at it when I worked there. And
I make these.
I drove. So I was working for the 12th Man Foundation. I got my hands on a couple extra tickets. It was like Thursday morning. I got these tickets for the A&M Iowa State game in 2011 in Ames. So me and a buddy of mine, he was going to Blinn. He had a test Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon. We left right after lunch and drove all the way through the night from College Station. We got a motel in Boone, Iowa. We did not know at the time it was the meth capital of the state of Iowa, but we got a motel, which means the doors open to the outside in Boone, Iowa. And so that's where we spent an entire weekend. We drove from Boone to Ames on Friday night, and then Boone to Ames again on Saturday for the game, and then back home. So I've been to Boone, Iowa. This game, though, taking place in Boone, North Carolina, tough place to go in and win, even at a mid-major level. So I like App State there. Here's a sneaky one. Wisconsin at home against Illinois. The Illini are favored by 7.5. Wisconsin's got the winning feeling again. Illinois' season's over. I like the spot. Don't be surprised if you're turning on your television and like you see or maybe in your scroll across the bottom of the screen when you've got another more primetime, more important game on your television, if you see Wisconsin hanging around with Illinois. My final one, this team's been so good to me all year long, not in terms of money line, but in terms of covering, but they're in these close games. Fresno State, 2.5-point favorites. I've been on Utah State all year, and I'm on them again this week. I like Utah State on the road. It's 2.5-point dogs. So there's my three upset alerts: App State, Wisconsin, and Utah State. And we got last thing we'll do today. Got to pick a final score for Texas A&M and Samford. This is impossible. I want to see. I want to see a lot of players. Like there's no reason why the entire roster can't play. I don't think that they're trying to hold a red shirt for anybody. Like Marco Jones has played a bunch. Landon Rinks played a bunch. I don't think those guys can save a red shirt. But you can play TK Norman and you can play Kelshawn Johnson and you can play Brady Hart and Tiger Ryden and not risk anything. So I want to see, and maybe those young corners, I want to see all of them play. And I want to see them play a half.
See, Lane Kiffin's daughter was spotted at the LSU Women's Booster Club meeting earlier today in Baton Rouge.
She's dating a linebacker.
Women's Booster Club meeting. I don't think
maybe she went
wives and girlfriends go to.
Maybe she went with Whit Weeks' mom.
Plot thickens.
Anyway, so I'll do something like these are impossible.
Dude, I really don't.
52 to 13.
Do you want to know? Would you like to know what the spread is on FanDuel?
Yeah.
It was 54.5.
Oh, geez.
Aggies 67-0. Whatever it is, I don't care what the final score is as long as Olin Buchanan can write his recap at halftime.
And everybody comes out healthy.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That sounds
so yeah, I'll do 55 to 10,
Olin's
55
story.
to 7, something like that, Cade.
I have I'm going 56 to 7.
Okay. All right, guys, that's it for a Thunderdome Thursday edition of the B Team. We're on a 94.5-hour break. We will see you guys next week. Thanks to Southwood Valley Animal Hospital for our sponsorship.
Thanks to Brauny for the chips.
Cheddar and sour cream. Your power rated potato chip winner. We'll see y'all next week.